little you have in your hand, you cannot keep it for yourself. You've got to feed those who are hungry. You've got to feed and give what you have so that God can multiply it. This is something that we all know happens over and over in the Old Testament and in the New Testament. But the moment she thought, gosh, I only have one little meal left and I'm going to die, and my son, wouldn't it be interesting if she would have just held on that meal and said, what if Elijah is wrong? What if this just doesn't come? Then we won't even have the last meal, and then we're going to die starving completely. How many times have we had just a little? It's not even enough. And God says, I need you to give it to me. We're like, but God, it's the only thing I have left. You seriously want me to do this? Yes, because if you do it, it will never run dry. Elijah was the prophet sent to her. How many people is God sending to us that are disguised as prophets, that are disguised as Jesus? Because he said, if you give this little person, a man, a woman, a child, just a cup of cold water, it is remembered in heaven as though it's done unto me. So can you imagine just the little that we do? It's not about the big, it's just a little bit that we go, a little bit of prayer, a little bit of giving, a little bit more of staying with someone and comforting them. That goes a long way. That's a part of running the race. So there she is, she does that, and she is fed until the drought is over. I'm here to tell you, when we had no food in Bulgaria, and in the stores they would sell only one bread per family, one loaf of bread, and you had to wait in line for literally 3 hours to get your bread and to get your milk or sugar. And it's lines upon lines, no electricity, no water. Everybody came together. Everybody started coming together and bringing everything that they had made in their gardens and cooking together. And we would have sometimes 10 people eating out of this little pot, and we would just be stirring it and putting it into plates, and it would just kept on going and going and going. That's why I can't be afraid, because I have already seen exactly what this woman did. When you see and experience how God provides, how He multiplies, when the time comes when you don't have anything but faith in Him, and He's still able to cover you in your barrenness, He's still able to cover you when everybody looks and says, wow, this vineyard must be dead. Oh no, it's not dead. It's just being refreshed during winter time. It's just being refreshed to produce a lot more, because branches are ready to stir forth. Branches are ready to come out, because we have finally given the old season to God and have embraced the new one. And now we're willing and able to give more fruit than ever before. And I remember looking at my wallet and thinking, how am I going to pay this big tuition tomorrow? I gotta pay the tuition, I gotta pay housing, and I had a round trip ticket to go back to Bulgaria the same week. And people would come to me and tell me, you have no money, Ceitci, in the bank, so you gotta go back to Bulgaria. And I thought, no, I came only with one plan, and the plan is I'm graduating. See, when you give yourself an exit, you're gonna take it. So don't give yourself an exit when you're running a race. A race is a straight line. It's there. It has no exits. So don't stop and dwell on the past. Don't think that there is another easier way. Stay in your lane and run the race. So I said, okay, I am not going back. I have $2. I still have something left. And God said to me, I want you to go and buy a hamburger for this other person that also didn't have any money. And that hamburger from Burger King was about $2, $1.75. And I thought, God, seriously? You want me to give him my last $2? Now, how much could I live with $2? Not long, but just the comfort thought that you had at least something left in your wallet, right? I just didn't want to look at it and think, I have nothing. Well, I went and I said, I really believe God wants me to buy you the hamburger. And I bought it, and I left, and I thought, wow, this feels so freeing. I have no money. I have nothing. How much more to the bottom could you get? I mean, it is liberating. 24 hours later, I didn't even say anything to anybody. God said to me, I will pay your tuition tomorrow because it's due tomorrow. I don't pay ahead of time, I pay on time. I went the next day, and by the end of the day, my $550 tuition was paid through various random people that started coming up to me and saying, God put in my heart to give you this amount of money and this and that. And then the director of the school asked me to come up, and he said, we've been watching you, believing for your shoes and your clothes and for everything, and you're one of our best students, and we've decided to give the first scholarship of our school to you so that we will cover your entire year of school. We will cover your entire housing bill, and we're going to give you back the $550 you paid last week so that you have money to live on. If he can take somebody like me with $100 and allow me to give all this money into changing people's lives, how much more he can use you?